All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we're going where few have gone before,
Oh, I like that.
into the hidden world of snow leopards.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, and we're not talking about your typical nature documentary footage either.
Right.
This is the real deal.
Absolutely.
Never-before-seen stuff. From a YouTube video by Tara Mater,
Uh,
this film crew, they just got unbelievably lucky.
it did. It's incredible footage, really.
I mean, to capture these intimate family moments
Yeah.
of one of the most elusive creatures on Earth.
It really is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing.
Totally. And it's crucial, too, because there are only, what, like 3,000 snow leopards left in the wild?
Yeah, around that number, give or take.
Tragic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And their habitat doesn't make things any easier.
Oh, right, the Himalayas.
Exactly. Those rugged peaks, they're perfect camouflage.
Yeah.
But they also make studying these animals incredibly difficult.
So how'd this film crew get so lucky?
Well, they found a pregnant female. Yeah, and that's where this deep dive gets really interesting.
So we're talking about, like, seeing the whole circle of life here.
Basically, yeah. Normally, all we know about snow leopard mating comes from those grainy night vision cameras.
You mean the camera traps?
Yeah, those. But here, we see the male's entire courtship in broad daylight.
Really?
Uh-huh. The stalking, the scent marking, all of it.
That's amazing. And they got the actual mating on film.
They did. It's groundbreaking stuff.
Wow, a front row seat to snow leopard secrets.
I know, right?
And then it gets even better.
How so?
This crew, they followed the female for months, all the way to her den,
To her den.
up high, above a natural salt lick.
Huh. So why is that important?
It's all about protection for the cubs. We'll get to that.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So 2 adorable cubs are born,
Oh.
totally helpless in that harsh environment, reliant on their mom for everything.
Makes sense, but she has to hunt, right?
She does, and that means leaving those tiny cubs alone.
Yikes. So how do they stay safe?
That's where the salt lick comes in. It attracts blue sheep, bharal.
Overall,
And those bharal, they're always on edge, always looking out for predators.
Right, nervous as can be.
Exactly, and that actually becomes the cub's best defense.
So it's like an alarm system.
Kind of, yeah. The bharal gets spooked. The mother snow leopard knows something's up.
Huh. Talk about an unexpected partnership.
Nature's full of surprises, isn't it?
It really is. I wonder if similar relationships exist in other tough environments.
Oh, definitely. I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
Survival in these places, it's all about interdependence.
you're right.
The snow leopard, the bharal, even the plants, they all play a part.
A delicate balance.
Exactly. And the documentary shows this so well.
In what way?
You see the mother snow leopard, she'll check on the bharal.
To see how nervous they are?
Yep, gauging their anxiety before she slicks off to hunt.
Smart. And it really emphasizes how critical each kill is for her.
One kill can sustain her for weeks.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's how scarce prey is up there.
Makes sense, but it also means those cubs are vulnerable when she's gone.
And that's where the story takes a dark turn.
Oh no, what happens?
The cubs, they're getting bigger now, more curious,
Uh-huh.
and they venture out of the den at the worst possible time.
What do you mean?
A male snow leopard shows up.
Oh, those males can be trouble.
Yeah, they're known to kill cubs that aren't their own.
It's brutal, but I guess it's how they ensure their own genes survive.
It's the law of the wild, right?
I guess so.
So picture it, these tiny cubs, exposed, with this potential killer lurking around.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
The tension is insane,
Right.
but then out of nowhere comes this twist.
A twist.
A simple magpie, just scavenging for food.
Okay.
It ends up leading the male snow leopard away from the den.
You're kidding?
Nope. A little bird, maybe saving these cubs' lives.
Amazing how even the smallest things can have a huge impact.
Right. But the relief doesn't last.
Why not?
The next morning, the den is empty.
Empty. Whoa.
The cubs are gone, vanished.
Oh no, did the male come back?
Nobody knows. The film crew is baffled. We're left hanging.
Wow. Talk about a cliffhanger.
A real mystery. And it only gets more intense from here.
Oh, now I have to know what happens next.
Oh, you're in for a wild ride. That's all I can say.
I can't wait.
I mean, an empty den. Those tiny cubs out there alone.
I know, right? It's a lot to take in.
It really makes you think about all the things snow leopards are up against.
Definitely. We've talked about their habitat, but there's got to be more, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, habitat loss is huge, isn't it?
It is. As humans expand, snow leopard territory shrinks.
And that means less prey.
Exactly. More competition, higher risk of starvation.
And then there's poaching.
Always a problem. That illegal wildlife trade.
It's just tragic, these majestic animals pushed to the brink by us.
It's a sad reality, but there is some hope.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you mentioned those local yak herders.
Yeah, they're actually becoming more involved in conservation efforts.
They are. It's quite a shift from how things used to be.
So it changed. I mean, for years, there was so much conflict between herders and snow leopards.
It's a multifaceted approach, really.
Like what?
Well, some programs offer compensation for lost livestock.
Make sense? Take some of the pressure off.
Right, and others are introducing predator-proof corrals.
But the snow leopards can't get to the animals.
Exactly, reduces the risk of attacks.
Smart. But I think the most important thing has to be changing attitudes.
You're right, helping people understand the value of snow leopards.
Showing them that a healthy snow leopard population benefits everyone.
That's a long process, building that trust.
But it can be done, right?
It can. We're seeing it happen. It just takes commitment from scientists, conservationists, local communities, everyone.
A true team effort. And I bet this documentary helps too.
Oh, for sure. Seeing those snow leopards up close, not as some mythical beast, but as mothers, as families.
It humanizes them.
Exactly, creates a connection, and that can be incredibly powerful.
So back to the documentary, we left off with those missing cubs.
Right, weeks go by, no sign of them.
The film crew's losing hope.
Must have been agonizing.
Then, finally, the mother returns.
She'd made a kill, right.
Normally she'd lead the cubs to it, their first taste of meat.
But they're still missing.
Nowhere to be found.
Oh, man, the suspense.
And then, a few days later, the female cub appears.
Alone.
All alone, struggling to get back to the den.
Poor thing, she must have been terrified.
She was calling for her mother. It's heartbreaking to watch.
And then a storm hits.
Yeah, it seems hopeless.
I can't even imagine.
Months pass, and then the impossible happens.
They found the cubs?
Both of them. The mother's back with her family.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
It really is, but the question is how? How did they survive? How did she find them?
The documentary doesn't give us all the answers.
A true mystery.
But it shows us the incredible resilience of these animals.
The bond between a mother and her cubs.
It's amazing. And this footage, it's not just a feel-good story.
Right, it's valuable for researchers.
It challenges our assumptions about snow leopards, raises new questions about their behavior, how they adapt.
It's a reminder that we still have so much to learn.
And that every bit of information is crucial for protecting them.
And that's where I think it's important to bring it back to our listeners.
Okay.
Why should we care about snow leopards? Most of us will never even see one in the wild.
That's a question I get a lot, and it's a good one.
So what's the answer?
Well, on one level, it's about biodiversity, about the intricate web of life on Earth.
Losing one species can have a ripple effect.
It can, disrupting entire ecosystems.
It's also just the right thing to do, isn't it? To protect these creatures.
I believe so, but there's an even deeper message here about our interconnectedness.
How so?
Well, this story, the snow leopards, the herders, the researchers, it shows how our actions have consequences.
Both good and bad.
Exactly, and it highlights our potential to be stewards of the natural world.
Instead of just exploiting it,
Right.
recognizing our responsibility to protect not just individual species, but whole ecosystems.
It's all connected, our well-being, the health of the planet, it's all tied together.
Wow, that's powerful stuff. This deep dive has been quite a journey.
It has, hasn't it?
From a snow leopard family to these big questions about conservation, human responsibility.
It's a lot to ponder.
So before we wrap up, remember that question we asked earlier? That seemingly impossible change you're capable of being a part of?
Yeah, I remember.
What is it?
Well, it goes beyond snow leopards. It's about recognizing our own power to make a difference.
To be a force for good.
Exactly. Asking ourselves, what small step can I take today to create a better tomorrow?
I get it. It's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, what can I, one person, do to make a difference against all these massive problems?
It's true. Climate change, habitat loss, it's daunting.
But we can't just give up, right?
Absolutely not. Think of it like this.
Okay.
An ocean's made of drops, right? Every little bit counts.
So where do we start? What can we actually do?
Well, first, educate yourself. Learn about the challenges.
Okay, so where do I go for that?
There's tons of info online. Organizations like the Snow Leopard Trust,
Okay.
the World Wildlife Fund, they have great resources.
And what if I want to do more than just read about it?
You can donate. Lots of groups rely on that to fund their work.
So our money can help protect snow leopards.
It really can. Research, anti-poaching patrols, even building those predator-proof corrals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about volunteering?
Some groups do eco-tours, citizen science projects.
Wait, so I could, go to the Himalayas?
You could help with data collection, even build those corrals yourself.
Wow, that'd be incredible. But not everyone can travel like that.
Right, but there's always reducing your carbon footprint.
That helps snow leopards.
It helps everything. Fighting climate change is crucial.
Makes sense. Every little bit counts.
Right? It does. And you can spread the word, talk to people, share info online.
Be a snow leopard advocate.
Exactly. And don't forget about your elected officials.
Oh, right. Contacting them, supporting good legislation.
It all makes a difference. That collective action is what drives change.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
It really has.
From that incredible footage to these big picture issues.
It shows how connected we all are.
So, to wrap things up, let's go back to that question one last time.
You mean about the impossible change?
Yep. What's that change you want to see?
It's about starting today, taking that first step.
No matter how small.
Right. Be the change you want to see in the world. For snow leopards, for everyone.
Because even the most elusive creatures can inspire us to do amazing things.
They can. It's all about believing in that possibility.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.